Hi. Hi, I'm Diane Geyer, teacher of record with Excel Academy, and I am here today to show you some ideas for hands-on learning for transitional kindergarten, even with kindergartners. At this age, children learn best by doing hands-on activities. So rather than all the worksheets and um, things like that you would find, I'm going to show you ways that you can buy materials to do hands-on with your students to cover all of the concepts needed for transitional kindergarten and many of the kindergarten standards as well. So here we go. Okay, I've got, this is for language arts. So all of these activities I'm showing you right now are language arts. This one is a pocket chart activity. There's lots of different categories. I've got word families. I've got four-step sequencing. I also have, let's see, building words, categories, and pocket chart phonics, spelling words. So let's take a look at what word families is. This one covers rhyming words. So you start off with a category. We've got L as in shell, IL as in drill, est as in chest, E as in key. And then here the kids have to take the pictures and put them into the appropriate category. So some of them they might be able to do it on their own. So for example, nest. They might go nest. Oh, nest, chest. And they put it right there. If they get stuck, if they're not quite sure, like this one, money. Where does money go? I would always help them by saying, okay, let's see. Money shell, money drill, money chest, money key. That's a little harder to hear because the money is a double syllable, but hopefully they hear that key, money. Maybe that would be a better way to say it. Key, money, chest, money, drill, money, shell, money. And hopefully they would hear that similar sound. And if not, they can always just leave it down here. And then once they get everything else in place, they'll see an empty spot and you can talk about it. This one they might need help with, barbell. But they've got the words down at the bottom so that you as the parent can know what it is supposed to be going with. And there's also a hint on the back that tells you which category it goes to. But don't show the kids that. So they basically just fill in these different categories and build the word families that way. This one here is four-step sequencing. So with four-step sequencing, oh, and let me just start by saying each of these kits that I bought came with about 24 different categories. What I did to make it easier for the students is I just split them up into different bags, 6 different bags. Each bag has 4 categories. So I just decided which categories I wanted to go together and I put them in there. So it's much more manageable for an activity rather than having 24 categories for the kids to sort. You just limit it to 4. Makes it a lot more manageable for them, a lot more manageable for you. And you could do maybe just one lesson a day or whatever when you're doing it. Just do one for now. We've got four-step sequencing. And this one, the kids are putting together stories. So again, I've got different categories, different bags, each with 4 different stories. When I lay them out generally like this, or you can have, if your student is ready for that, you can just have them all mixed up. First, have them sort to find which cards go together to form a story. Then you have them sequence the story. So for example, here's one with a piñata. So the kid starts off seeing the piñata and getting excited, and then what happens? And have the student talk to you through it all, their reasoning. So here you see they're blindfolded with the bat ready to hit the piñata or the stick. And then they burst the piñata open, and then they get all the candy. So you're looking at this kind of thing. Now, if a student gets something wrong, you can talk to them and ask them, why did you choose that? For example, with this one, let's take a look at this one. The girl is painting the doghouse. Well, sometimes the kids have a hard time figuring out which color is she painting it. So you point out details. The paint can has this bluish, purplish paint. So the doghouse must have started off with a different color. So brown. And then we're looking at how much paint is on there. So obviously this one would come next. Let's just say the student picked this one next. And then this one. And I just let them go till the end and then have them tell you the story. And as they look, hopefully they'll notice their mistake. And if not, you can point it out to them and just say, look how much of the doghouse is painted here. And look how much is painted here. Which one of these do you think came first? And then they could fix it up. So this is a way just to get them talking, get them with language, get them understanding the sequence of a story. So that's the pocket chart. There are so many pocket chart activities. I believe I have more. This pocket chart actually has a thing in the back as well. So yeah, this one has categories as well. So with categories, they're sorting things that, for example, this one is different animals. So you've got a primary category of birds, insects, and fish, and mammals. So they're sorting, just finding things that fit each category. So you can find lots of different pocket chart activities for kids. I find Lakeshore is a really good resource to get these kind of materials. This one is what is called a step board. So this is put out by a company, I believe it's instalearn.com. And you can find it. And actually, I was missing, I've had this for so long, I was missing 2 letters. And I just found out when I went on their website that you can actually order replacement letters for free, up to 10 replacement letters. So I was able to fill in that's why those 2 look so brand new, because they are. But you can get the lowercase letters, you can get uppercase letters, and the board itself, you don't actually have to have the board. I like it. It's nice to have, but I notice they're out of stock a lot of time. Don't let that stop you from getting these activities. You can buy the letters and do the tiles just the same. But this board, I chose the board that has pictures underneath. So phonetically, the kids, you can have them put all the letters in place by just finding the right letter to go with the right sound. Now, the thing about this step board is that each letter is grooved on the bottom, so it only fits in that one spot. If I tried to put E over here, it doesn't fit. So the kids, it's a self-checking activity here. So they can't really, well, they can make a mistake, but they'll realize it's a mistake because it won't fit. And then you've got these tiles. Now, the step board company makes lots of different tiles, and each color is a different concept. So this one is rhyming words and vowel sounds, actually. So I've got some of them cover beginning sounds, some are vowel sounds. But if you notice this one, lamp, lump, limp, ring, wing. So they're focusing on word families, and the kids have to look for the correct letter and match it up to find ring, wing, that kind of thing. They also have they have a tan set, which is ending sounds. So they're finding map, man, mat, mad. So you're just finding the letters that go with those. And then we've got the pink set, which is vowel sounds, medial vowel, short vowel sounds, cat and cut. And then they get to the orange where they're actually building words. So here we're building basic CVC words. So you've got fan. And then you can have the kids build this. You can have them build the word, and then you can help them sound it out. My board is warped over many, many years, so I have a hard time fitting it in there. Okay, so you can have them, once they build the word, have them sound and blend it. Fan. We also have the more advanced tiles. We'll show this one is blends. So this one is a drum. So they're practicing the DR blend, D-R-U-M. And then they have the vowel pairs. They also have sets that have the silent E, the long vowel silent E. This one is vowel pairs, EA for meat, lots of other like nail, AI, things like that. So this is an excellent board. And again, if you don't have the base board, you can still do these by just simply putting it down on the table and having the kids find the correct sounds, the correct letters. and it still works. So they also have stepboard tiles for math concepts. I've never used those, so I'm not quite sure exactly how they work, but those are also available. So that's the stepboard. Then I have this from when I used to run a preschool in my home, and I used to do a letter of the week with my kids. I used a program called Zoophonics. So I had worksheets for them. When we learned a new letter, we would learn the sound, we would learn the character. Now every day though, using this Zoophonics program, and whatever phonics program you use, you can review all the sounds every day. The Zoophonics one had a CD I used to play, and we would sing and chant the alphabet sounds every day. So we'd sing this song: A, alligator, ah, 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 B, bubba bear, b, b. And we would chant the sounds. So the kids were constantly hearing the sounds and learning the letter sounds before they learned the letter names. But each week we would focus on a different letter and then learn that Honey Horse's letter is called H. And so we would learn how to write the letter H, capital and lowercase, and then also words. So as the kids got older and got more skilled with their phonics, they would actually be able to read these words. Notice some of them are in red. That's because these are not phonetic with those basic short vowel rules that they would learn in my preschool. So these I taught as sight words. But all of these they would be able to sound out because they're all short letters, short vowels. These would be a little bit harder because they've got the blends, but they could sound those out. So I always had these words available to the kids. I would not force it at the preschool age because, again, worksheets are not necessarily developmentally appropriate for students this age. But I did have some kids that wanted to learn how to write and wanted to read, so I made those available for them. They also had each week, I would usually run these on cardstock, but my printer was acting up and not cooperating with me. But I would run the capital letters on cardstock in different colors, so it would be more engaging and more fun for the kids. But they would practice scissor skills, which is an excellent skill that kids in preschool and TK need to learn. Even kindergarten if they haven't mastered that. But it's good to get them used to cutting following a line and cutting them. And sometimes they shredded them, and that was okay. We would do our best to tape them back together, but they would practice their scissor skills and cut out the capital letter F, and then we would glue feathers on. So we had F is for feathers, so we're reinforcing that phonics concept. I have this one here, S is for snake, and I used to, I kind of dotted a line here and down here so they could cut it to look more like a snake. And then we would give them some eye stickers, and I'd give them a little piece of construction paper to make a little forked tongue to glue on there as well. So these were some activities we did. And while I'm on the Zoophonics concept, you could do this with any phonics program you use, but I had the Zoophonics, I made these magnet letters. So I just I had this this paper that I could copy the Zoophonics alphabet, and I just cut it up and taped it onto a cookie sheet, a metallic cookie sheet, and then I ran another one that I glued the letters onto magnets. So we have this magnet tray, and now you can have the kids build words. So I would have them just, call out a word, fun, and we would sound it out together. Fun. So this was an activity. I actually did this even with, I taught first grade in the brick and mortar schools, and I would use this program with my remedial first graders that were still working on learning those sounds, mastering those sounds, and blending the words. I loved, and you could use it with so many different phonics programs out there have songs and activities to help the kids remember the words. The Zoophonics, I just loved the program and the songs that they had to reinforce the sounds. And they had so many good materials like this. But you can create your own. You can just easily create your own magnet trays like this.